Welcome to Food from My Kitchen. In today's episode of Keto Cooking, we will be making broccoli rice and juicy chicken thighs, which will be accompanied with stir-fried vegetables. To get the lowdown on how we do it, keep watching this video for step-by-step instructions. Here are the main ingredients you'll need. 1 kilogram of chicken thighs with the skin removed, a bunch of fresh coriander, lemongrass, fresh green chili, fresh mint, garlic, courgette, eggplant, 2 chicken stock cubes, broccoli, red onion, leek, kale, fresh yellow bell pepper, 2 medium carrots. Carrots are perfectly fine to eat on a keto lifestyle, just eat them in small quantities. To begin, let's make a marinade for the chicken. Start by removing both ends of the lemongrass and peel away the outer layer, which tends to be a little dry, and discard. Then just roughly chop into chunks. Now grab your chili, remove the end and chop. You can of course remove the seeds if you want to, but I'm keeping them in for a little extra kick. Next, roughly slice the garlic. No need to be neat. I'm using about 6 cloves for this marinade. Now roll your bunch of coriander and roughly chop. Lastly, pull the mint leaves off of the stalk. Then roll and chop. Then into a food processor, add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil, your bunch of chopped coriander, the green chilies, the garlic, and the chopped mint. Then blend it until it forms a chunky paste. Now we can work on the chicken. Season the chicken with a little rock salt, a dash of black pepper, then add the green marinade and massage it thoroughly through the meat. Then rest this to one side for now. Next, grab your eggplant and top and tail, and then chop into chunks. Now do the same with the courgette. Top and tail, then chop into chunks. Next, put a large pot on a medium heat, allow to come up to temperature, and without adding oil, place the chicken thighs into the pot one by one. I am browning the chicken without adding oil to the pot, as the marinade surrounding the chicken already has olive oil in the mixture. Don't overcrowd the pot. Any chicken that doesn't fit in, we will come back to in a moment. Brown the chicken for a couple of minutes, then turn over so that they can brown on the other side. Once browned on both sides, remove from the pot. Then repeat the process with the remaining chicken. Once the last of the chicken has been browned, remove from the pot, then throw in the chopped courgette and the eggplant and then stir through. Then throw in the chicken stock cubes and season with 1 tablespoon of powdered chicken seasoning, a tablespoon of tandoori masala, 2 tablespoons of cajun seasoning, and a tablespoon each of dry thyme, oregano and basil. Mix to combine. Then add approximately 400 milliliters of water and give it another mix, helping to break down the stock cubes. Now that we have a well-seasoned stew bubbling away, turn down the heat to low and then return the chicken thighs back to the pot. Give it one last mix through. Cover the pot with a lid and cook on a low heat for approximately 35 minutes, making sure to check on it and give it another stir occasionally. While the chicken is cooking, we can prepare some vegetables to accompany it. Grab your leek, remove the end and discard. Then slice the leek lengthways down the centre. After slicing the centre of the leek, it is a good idea to give it a wash, as quite a bit of dirt can get trapped in between the layers. Once washed, slice thinly. Then put to one side. Next, get your bell pepper and using both of your thumbs, push down firmly on the stem. Then just break the pepper apart to remove the inside. Tap any loose seeds into your hand and discard. Then just slice the bell pepper into thin strips. You can also rest this to one side. Now for the carrots, just top and tail the ends and discard. Then peel the skin off. To cook our veg that we've prepared, put a wok on a medium heat, add about 2 tablespoons of olive oil and allow the oil to get hot. Once the oil is hot enough, throw in the leek and give it a little stir. Now grab your carrots, take your time with this part and peel delicate shavings of carrot in with the leeks. Mix it through, then throw in the bell peppers, and we will also use a bunch of kale in this recipe. Mix everything through again to allow all of the vegetables to cook. Flavour the veg by adding a tablespoon of soy sauce and a tablespoon of all-purpose seasoning. Then continue to mix your veg throughout the cooking process. The total cooking time on the stove is approximately 15 minutes, after which the veg will be soft and easy to eat. Lastly, let's prepare our broccoli rice. Grab a red onion. We only need half for this recipe. Remove the skin and discard. Then simply dice. the broccoli, start by cutting the stalk and then chopping it into chunks. The stalk is 100% edible, so we will not be wasting any of it. Then for the rest of the broccoli, chop that into chunks also. It by no means is necessary to be neat with it. We are only chopping it to make it easier for the food processor to handle. Then pop it all into a food processor and blitz. Then get yourself a frying pan on a medium heat, and once hot, add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Then add the diced red onion. Give it a minute or so to soften and slightly brown. Then when you start to see a little colour on the onions, add in the broccoli. Now since the broccoli has been ground down into a fine grain, it won't take long at all to cook through. The trick is to keep it constantly moving by stirring frequently in the pan. Season to individual taste with a dash of table salt and a little paprika. The total cooking time for your broccoli rice is approximately 8 minutes. And we're ready to serve. We've made broccoli rice, succulent chicken thighs, and stir-fried veg. I hope you've enjoyed watching, and thank you so much for your presence. Be sure to check out another episode of Keto Cooking, and if you want to be notified of the next video upload, like, subscribe, and hit that bell button. Also, here on this channel, Food from My Kitchen, this is a community, so feel free to comment below if you have made this recipe. And do tell if you've done any of it differently. I'd love to hear your suggestions, so keep them coming.